So most of the time we actually recommend people to refactor code, but there's still like some considerations you have to take before doing that. Very often what you hear is that people consider old code to be bad code. That's not always the case. Old code has a purpose. We actually refer to it as legacy code or antique code. And to be able to refactor, an important aspect is having good test coverage. So what that means is you should never refactor parts of your application that are not covered by tests in an automated way, because not having those tests means you cannot validate the behavior doesn't change, or there's no regressions to the behavior being introduced by changing something. So if you have really old code and there's no tests, then it might be an option to start from scratch. If it's not so old code, so let's say it's written in the last year or 2 to 3 years, and you have no tests, then the first approach might just be to write some tests. And then having those tests means you can more safely start refactoring. If you already have tests, specifically for your business logic, so your very core business logic, and it's old code, then just refactor it. It's much easier than to refactor code that you already have and having those tests in place, because otherwise you lose a lot of knowledge by starting completely from scratch. Business logic, it really covers like the core concept or the core solution that your startup, your company is trying to solve.